Hi, I'm Peter Carlson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Clarity, and I'm here to talk today about the ordinance that the City of San Diego passed that limits some landlords' rights to terminate leases. So this goes into effect May 19th, and it's supposed to be into effect for 60 days. There's a chance that they may extend that though, so keep that in mind. The focus of this ordinance is to prohibit or limit certain types of no-fault terminations. A no-fault termination is when a lease is terminated or a person is evicted for something that they didn't do wrong. Meaning it's not like they didn't pay rent or they damaged the property. It has something to do with outside circumstances. So there's three main areas that this ordinance is focusing on. The first no-fault one is if an owner wants to move back in. And they define owner as owner or family, meaning it could be them, their spouse, their domestic partner, give or take 2 generations. Their kids, their grandkids, their parents or grandparents. It doesn't apply to siblings, it's just the owner and then plus or minus 2 generations. So in the event that an owner wants to move back in, they are now required to give a 90-day notice to the tenant prior to the termination of the lease. The second area that this is going to affect is if a landlord wants to sell the property. If they're going to pull it off the rental market for purposes of selling, they need to give a 180-day notice to the tenants. So this may affect some deals currently going on or some plans that landlords have to sell property. So it will be a 180-day notice requirement. The third area is probably the most controversial, and that has to do with substantial remodels or demolitions. So if they're going to pull it off the market to remodel it or to tear down the building and build a new one, that is now prohibited unless it's mandated by a court order or like the Department of Health if there's a major issue or problem. But the landlords can no longer go in and say, hey, we're going to terminate the leases to substantially remodel. Now this ordinance applies to all rental properties in the City of San Diego, not just multifamily, not just single family, but it applies to all of them. It will go into effect, like I said, May 19th. The intention, I believe, of the ordinance is to be retroactive, meaning any notices currently given or in effect will be nullified. So owners may have to go back to their tenants and re-notify them with the appropriate 90 or 180-day notice, or if they've already had one in effect for a substantial remodel, it would take that off the table. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope this has been good information. I'm not an attorney, so don't take this as any legal advice, but if you want a recommendation for a good attorney, I'm happy to provide one for you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. Thank you.